Well, hello everybody. Bill Shaka here. Welcome to another edition of the 5-Minute Motivator. Glad you're here today. Welcome to Tamarindo, Costa Rica. Always a pleasure to have you here. I'm hoping to get some of you down here on a full, at least for a vacation. Hopefully we're going to have a live event in the next 6 months, 9 months or so in Jaco on intense goal setting. So more to come on that, but we'll talk about that at some point in the future. Had an interesting conversation with a client of mine from years ago with the particular concept that I put forward that he's been using for years. And I hate to say it, I forgot about it. So I'm actually going to explore this with the 5-Minute Motivator today. It's a simple equation, S minus F equals A. If you'll notice in the past, I love little mathematical equations. They just make so much sense. And here's what it means. Success minus failure equals action. Now, let me discuss this for just a second. This is the analysis of the gap. The gap being our behavioral gap. Think of it this way. If I had the number 7 and I subtracted from it the number 5, what would I end up with? 2. 2 is the gap between 5 and 7. What's the gap between success and failure? To a large degree, now keep in mind this is not mathematical science, this is behavioral science, so there are no absolutes. But to a large degree, the difference between success and failure is the action taken. In other words, the behavior. So, what I am suggesting in this when I say success minus failure equals action, to look at something that was successful or something that was a failure, subtract from it the opposite, and look at the actions. Do you know, this works just as well if you've succeeded at something and you've pinpointed the possible obstacles that could have created failure, but you didn't behave that way. It's a great way of grounding future successes by grounding future behaviors. So, either way you look at it, whether you look at success minus failure, failure minus success, the difference between them, the gap, the 2, as in the difference between 7 and 5, is behavior. It's action. And the reason I'm bringing this up is many times, if we fail at something, and you know what, invariably we do, especially when we try something for the first time, the whole idea here is to analyze what actions were taken or what actions were not taken that should have been taken, and utilize that information, change it, change the behavior so that next time success is assured. So I'd like you to think about this, folks. Now, I'm trying to keep this into a very short 4-minute type segment here. When I did this live, I would spend half an hour on it. Just keep in mind, success minus failure equals action. The difference between success and failure many times is the action taken or not taken. That's behavior. Alter the behavior, you alter the outcome. Always look and analyze the actions. Bill Shaka, thanking you for your time. Looking forward to seeing you in the next edition of the 5-Minute Motivator.